Hey there, welcome back to my channel, and let's get right into it. This will probably be one of the most controversial videos of this year, and it has to do with experiences that I had during this last congressional nomination season. It specifically involves three candidates, one for each of the DoD schools, that's Navy, Army, and Air Force. And each one of these people had their packet complete for the congressional nomination review. However, they did not have their application complete for their chosen service academy. And when they came before our committee, the first question we asked is, where do you want to go? And just confirm what school they want to go to. And the second question is, do you have an LOA? And each one of these students said, no, but the coach told me I'm getting in. Well, the first student that we had a conversation with, a young lady for one of the schools, we had a very long conversation with her, and she said that the coach told her that she is going to get into her chosen academy. That she met with the coach, she had a visit, and the coach said, no, you're in, you're going to get in. And therefore, she didn't do a lot of work on her application for the academy. The other two were very similar. One was for Army and one was for Air Force. The first candidate, like I said, we had a very long conversation with her. The second two, we did not have long conversations with. We kind of knew what the story was. So I started doing my research. Sometimes I think I do know it all about the Service Academy nomination process, but sometimes it doesn't hurt to circle back and ask the questions. What I found out from talking to the West Point Field Force rep and from the senator's staffer who was in charge of Veterans and Military Affairs, and who also happens to be a recent graduate of a service academy, is that no, if a coach tells you if you're getting in, that does not mean that you're getting in. Okay, now you guys can all start all the comments below. What really is going on here is that the coach is telling the prospective student, if you get in, you will play on my team. They are not telling you that you will get in or that they will get you in and that you will play on that team. Big difference. To get a pick from a coach, you need a LOA. A coach has several picks that they could put into and suggest to this admissions office, hey, I really want this guy or gal to play whatever sport it is. They appear to be academically qualified. They appear to be physically qualified. I would like to have them on my team. Can you please issue them an LOA? That's like a chip. They call that a chip. That's like a gold chip, for a better word. They are not going to waste a gold chip on any other Division I athlete who may be great or may not be great. They have their picks that they want to do. And if you think of D1 schools, Army, West Point, and Air Force, they're kind of like the NFL, but they're semi-pro. So they're going to pick who they want. But if a coach tells you, hey, you know what? You're going to get in, you're going to be on my team, be a little wary of that. Ask, are you going to get me an LOA? If they said no, they're not going to get you an LOA. What it means is that you have to get a nomination. Just like everybody else, you have to compete just like everybody else. You have to go through the process just like everybody else. And if you get in, you will get on their team. Now, we know from talking on other videos on this channel that if you get an LOA, it's a totally different conversation with the senators and the congressman's staff if you're going to get in or not get a nomination. I would say 9 times out of 10, a person with an LOA will get a nomination, unless if you're from a highly competitive state like Virginia, New York, Maryland, etc., or if there's some other character issue. So just to put my attorney hat on, we had a saying when I was in law school, and I took contracts the first year of law school, that a verbal contract is only as good as the wind it's written upon. And that's true here, just like it is true in life. If somebody tells you something, ask them to back it up in writing. Now, I'm sure everybody has a story where their son, their daughter, even they were told by the coach, you're going to get in, you're going to get in, you're going to get in. And that's great. I'm really glad to hear those stories. But I'm just giving you a word of warning, a word of caution to make sure that you follow up. So to wrap this up, I don't know what the coach said. I assume that the coach did not make a promise that he couldn't keep. I assume that maybe the candidate or the candidate's family misunderstood the coach or heard what they wanted to hear. And of course, everybody thinks that they are or their kid is the greatest athlete on the face of the earth, especially when it comes to service academies. So I am not pointing a finger at the coaches at all. I am pointing a finger at the prospective candidates to know what they're doing and to be aware of what the process is. If they say you're going to get in, ask for an LOA, and don't be afraid to ask for it. My other famous saying is, if you don't ask, you don't get. So I hope you get what you want. I want to hear your comments below. I want to hear the controversy about it, and I want to hear other people's take that had the experience with it. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you get what you want. Bye now.